Hello everyone and welcome to Inspiration Quote Vault, the channel where we share the best quotes and motivational and inspirational content to help you live your best life. Today we are starting a new series of weekly videos where we will explore some of the strangest facts about the philosophers, politicians, writers, and public figures who have inspired us with their words and deeds throughout history. These are the stories that will make you laugh, wonder, and maybe even learn something new. Let's get started with our first episode, some of the strangest ancient philosophies ever conceived by human minds. First, we have Socrates, Plato's teacher and one of the most influential philosophers of all time. He was known for his method of questioning everything and everyone, which he called the Socratic method. He believed that by asking questions, one could expose the contradictions and ignorance of others, and also discover the truth for oneself. He was also famous for his wisdom and humility. He claimed that he knew nothing, and that the only true wisdom was knowing that you know nothing. However, not everyone appreciated his questioning and criticism. He made many enemies among the politicians, poets, and sophists of Athens, who accused him of corrupting the youth and disrespecting the gods. In 399 BCE, he was put on trial and found guilty of these charges. He was sentenced to death by drinking hemlock, a poisonous plant. However, instead of apologizing or fleeing, he accepted his fate with dignity and courage. He even suggested that he should be rewarded with free food and wages for his service to society, instead of being punished. He spent his last hours talking with his friends about philosophy until he drank the hemlock and died peacefully. Then, we have Diogenes, a Greek philosopher who lived in the 4th century BCE. He was one of the founders of cynicism, a school of thought that rejected conventional values and advocated a simple and natural life. Diogenes took this to the extreme. He lived in a barrel, owned nothing but a cloak, a staff, and a bowl, and begged for food. He also did not care about social norms or etiquette. He would masturbate, defecate and urinate in public, and insult anyone who annoyed him. He was known as the dog because of his animal-like behavior. One of his most famous antics was when he challenged Plato, another great philosopher and the founder of Platonism. Plato had defined man as a featherless biped, meaning a two-legged creature without feathers. Diogenes thought this was a silly and vague definition, so he plucked a chicken and brought it to Plato's academy. He threw the chicken at Plato and said, "Behold, I have brought you a man." Plato was embarrassed and had to change his definition to include with broad flat nails. Finally, we have Aristotle, Plato's student, and another great philosopher. He was also a tutor of Alexander the Great, the king of Macedonia who conquered most of the known world. Aristotle taught him about logic, ethics, politics, and natural sciences. Aristotle was one of the most prolific and influential thinkers in history. He wrote about almost every topic imaginable: physics, biology, chemistry, metaphysics, psychology, rhetoric, poetics, ethics, politics, economics, and more. He is considered the father of many fields of science and philosophy, and his works have shaped the Western intellectual tradition for centuries. Aristotle was also a keen observer of nature and a collector of specimens. He studied and classified hundreds of animals and plants, and made many discoveries and experiments. He was the first to describe the anatomy of the octopus, the life cycle of the bee, and the process of embryonic development. He also invented the syllogism, a form of logical argument that consists of two premises and a conclusion. However, Aristotle was not always correct. He also made many mistakes and assumptions that were later proven wrong by modern science. For example, he believed that the Earth was the center of the universe, that heavier objects fall faster than lighter ones, that women have fewer teeth than men, and that the brain was not the organ of thought, but of cooling the blood. These are just some of the strange facts about ancient philosophers that we have learned today. There are many more to discover and explore, as these thinkers have left us a rich and diverse legacy of ideas and questions. We hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe for more weird facts. Thanks for watching and see you next week.